Marwan Cameron back. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful Saturday night. I know I am in the great Richmond, Virginia. We're going to try this again. I was having some issues before. You're hearing Carmelo Anthony barking there in the background, So, my auntie is sweeping up after the party. It's kind of died down a little bit. So, as you know, I flew out here to spend some time with my aunt and my little cousin. It's so interesting thinking back. She's getting ready to head off to college, and to think there was a time back in 2006. I think she was 3 years old, being the flower girl at my wedding. So, just time flies, and it's just something else. So, just to see people grow and blossom, and you just wonder what's going to become of them and how they continue to go forward. So that's pretty cool. So yes, I had to be here for that, and wouldn't have missed it for the world. So it was a great party. Everything that could have happened happened. There was a thunderstorm with lightning, stuff that we don't really get in Washington State. I mean, the thunder was just like crazy thunder. Like, okay, that's a little unsettling. You know what I mean? And then it's like a flash flood of water. And, I'm telling folks like, it doesn't rain like that in Washington. They're like, oh, it rains all the time in Seattle, right? Because when you're not from a place, you just, you think something based on what you hear. And it's like, it's not like that in Washington. So, we get rain, we get our fair share, but it's just not like, God's just pouring out buckets of water. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. So it was pretty crazy. But man, had a really good time. Like I was saying before, it is hot. It's ridiculously hot. The humidity here is miserable. So I'd rather deal with our crazy 110 degree heat with the humidity that we have than, it's like 94 here today. Even with the rain, it was nice. We had a breeze. I was showing someone earlier, I've only been here for a day. The tan marks that I have. Let me see if I can take this watch off and you guys can see it. But it's like I got dark in like 2 hours of walking around outside. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me see. You see that? Like I literally darkened up in about 2 or 3 hours out in the sun. So the sun is real out here. It is no joke. Oh man, I tell you what though, it's pretty cool. So I ended up getting a Corvette convertible. What's so awesome about it, her colors are blue and orange, for the high school. So it ended up being the same color as her high school color. So I let her drive it today, and she's just like grinning ear to ear. And she got a lead foot like her mama already. So, but she had a good time driving that. So we went out and just took a little joyride, had a good time. So that was really cool. And it's definitely if Dad was here, he would definitely would have been here for sure. So Uncle Win is everything. So it's like super important for me to be here and support. And then, of course, my younger brother showed up. So Dondre came with his family, and his little girl is getting older and getting big. So her little cute self. It was good to see him and catch up and chat a little bit. I wish I had more time. I did rent a car. I was hoping to drive up to Baltimore tomorrow. But I mean, the time constraints are just so short. I don't think I'm going to have the time to do it, but I have been promised seafood tomorrow, so I'm hoping we go out to Captain George's. Hey, Auntie, where's Captain George's at? Williamsburg. So if you ever do get this way, Captain George's is nice. So they've got like a buffet, all you can eat crab, crawfish. Boy, it's crazy. So I remember when I graduated, I was either my bachelor's degree or my master's degree. I went to Captain George's because I graduated from Old Dominion, so Norfolk, and then after graduation we went up to Captain George's. So hey Colleen, yes. Did we go to Captain George's for my bachelor's degree or my master's degree? Do you remember? My master's, yeah. So, oh no, I think it was my bachelor's degree because I had proposed to Tiffany, and she was like, "No, not until you get your master's degree." You remember that? She was not playing, boys. Like, yeah, well, I'll say yes to you till after you get your master's degree. So, like, okay. So we went ahead and did that and embarked on our journey. So that's pretty crazy. But yeah, man, Captain George is no joke. They have what else? Crab cakes, and they had everything there. It's like, oh man, it's off the chain. So if you ever do get out this way, stop by Captain George's. It's really good. Anyhow, I hope people are staying cool. I don't even know what the weather is out there. Rob's on there saying, looking and sounding good. All right, I appreciate you, sir. What's the weather like out there right now? I don't even know what it's doing in Washington State right now. I can tell you what, the plane that I took, both planes were fully packed. So people are definitely moving around, which is pretty crazy. So, and I think they were saying that 2 million people flew this weekend. I was watching something on the news. So 75 and sunny. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to 75 and sunny. I'm not gonna lie. This is it's just been bad. How does my vocal sound there? So I'm using this some new got. So, I figured what better way to test it and just see how that goes than to, take it on location, and then I can just do it anywhere. I'd actually do the podcast outside, but it's really dark out there now, but now it feels good outside. Get the rain, that rain smell, and it's cooling down. You got that little bit of a breeze, but it's still super warm. So it's a good time to be out. But we're sitting here in this house, whatever time it is, and I mean the AC is pumping, the ceiling fans are going. So I mean it's cool, but good Lord, man, it's hot. I just don't understand how people do it out here. I just don't know. Oh, is it 7:47? Man, it feels like 10 o'clock at night, but it's really 4:47 for me. So, it feels like 10:47. So I don't know what's going on with me. I definitely need some sleep. I don't know when I'm gonna get some sleep, but I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I actually slept on the plane, and I usually can't sleep on planes, but I fell out on the plane. So pure exhaustion, just kind of finally caught up to me. So, I slept a little bit there and then went to bed last night and then popped up early to, help kind of set up and get things going. So, yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm working on that. So we'll see what happens there. Anyhow, something that is really big, and I don't have a graphic for you because I don't have that information. However, as you know, our food program is in full swing. So if you have children 0 to 18 in the school system, you may be eligible for free lunch and dinner. Give us a call, 360-373-3000, and we will put you on our route. You can come down to the office and pick up your lunches, of course, or, you can give us a call. We'll actually deliver. So you don't have to worry about trying to make your way down, which is awesome. The food is homemade, so we're not actually using the food from the school district. So we're making it ourselves. So there's been, I think, taco salad. I might be wrong on some of these things, but paninis and tuna salad and white chicken. So white cheddar lasagna or white chicken lasagna. Man, there's been some really good things. So, and I've got a couple of pictures to share that are on my phone that some parents sent me in of their kids just devouring the food. So definitely kind of like kicks, right? Kid tested, mother approved. These meals have the kids are enjoying it from our feedback. So again, give us a call, 360-373-3000. Let us go ahead and add you to our route. On Mondays, we will deliver meals for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we will deliver meals for Thursday and Friday. Again, so that is a huge help. Also, if eligible, I believe there is now a EBT food card for children. So definitely look into that. And I think in some ways that may actually be automatic. So take advantage of the resources that are available out there. And I like to try to share as much as we know with folks, because a lot of times for some reason we just miss the information, right? And it's like, oh man, no one told me, or I didn't know about this, and it really would have been a significant impact on people's lives. So if and when you can, check that out, because that is a tremendously helpful benefit, right? Again, please follow us on YouTube. Type in Marwan Cameron, MarWanCameron, and you will see the conduit. We ask that you subscribe, like, and share. Go ahead and set your alerts, because if you do that, whenever I go live, you will get an alert, right? Because I do go live at different times. And so different things go on. I do programming with a few other folks, and so we all have tremendously busy lives. So, things will conflict, and so that causes us not to, be able to produce that particular show. So, originally, the Reverend and I from Savage Souls, we were doing our podcast, I believe, on Mondays, and it moved to Tuesdays, and Rev has got a lot of stuff going on, so it's like, all right, whenever we can get it, we go, and then we go live. And so those, I love doing the podcast with Rev. Our discussions are really good, and he's got a different perspective than I do, and I think that's helpful, right? To kind of hear how men think. And black men at that, right? How do we think? How do we process what's happening in the world? And our thoughts are counter than the mainstream, um, kind of liberal viewpoints. So, check us out. And, while you're checking us out, again, we're live. So, type into the chat, we'll respond to you, and definitely adds value to the conversation. The point of the show is the conduit to create that dialogue, right? And to get those other, kind of different perspectives and ideas, and share those things out. How you doing there, camera? I'm on live. You want to come on live? Come on in. He gave me that face like, really, man? So this is Cameron. This is my cousin's boyfriend.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
All right. Say hi to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube.
What's up, Facebook, YouTube? How y'all doing? I ain't know what you talking about.
So, I'm just talking about anything right now. I'm just giving an update, telling them why I'm here.
Oh.
I don't have a particular show tonight. Just kind of having a conversation.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, he's a nice young man. Just met him today, so pretty awesome. He I don't know what they feed folks out here. Cam, what are you, 6'3"? Like 6'3", 17 years old. I mean, that's like, okay. Like, Kim, you 30? You sure you 30? I was like, what is that with Will Smith? Bad Boys, and Reggie comes to the door, it's like, you're a junior in high school? Seriously? All right. Look like you can lift the side of a building, but all right, if you say so. But yeah, so he's a nice young man though. Definitely smitten with those Skyler. So, how y'all doing in there? We just hanging out. My auntie ain't gonna come in here. Hey, Auntie, why'd you come in here? Watch. See, why'd you come in here? See, you hear that? She said, You know what? So here's what I did. I put the camera on extension with the microphone, so I can bring it to you. Listen. I'm gonna come over there, okay? He's actually quiet. She ain't even responded to me. Now, I'm not gonna put her on because my auntie has a let's just say her vocabulary is quite colorful, and yeah, it's just probably best not to have her on the podcast because I don't have a censor button. And if I did, it would probably get smoked out and break down and would break my system. So we won't put her on. Uh, and let's also say that when you're trying to get this stuff going, it can be kind of stressful. Um, she used all the words today, more than once, more than twice, um, more than 10 times. She used the words. She used a lot of the words. She used a lot of the words. That's all I can say. She used a lot of them, and that's my aunt. I'll recover though, and you can do that with the tasty beverage. Mm. But yeah, it's a good time. So, but when Auntie gets on a roll, you just kind of let it roll and you ride the wave because that's all you can really do. But yeah, no, I don't really have any topics today. I'm just want to come in and check in. I really wanted to do a show yesterday, but I was in the air pretty much all day. I think I left at Rob came and picked me up at my house at like 3 in the morning. And then I flew out. I got here about 6 p.m. last night. By the time we finally got to her house and got settled in, it was going to like 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay. I actually got everything set up. It's like, man, I'm so tired. So I fell out. And then today was the party. So, and I'll put some pictures up. They had a DJ and rented, tents and just had everything going on. So it was really nice. Had a mural in the front and she went all out. So yeah, Skylar's going to a HBCU, Morgan State University. She's heading there. And with my nephew, he's also graduated high school and he's also going to Morgan State University. So definitely proud of both of them. Really good. So hopefully they have a really good, collegiate experience. Who knows if they're going to have like face-to-face classes? Well, she's on campus, so we'll see what's happening. This COVID stuff is getting crazy. As you know, it's up in almost all the states. So I definitely encourage you to get vaccinated. I know California has gone back to making it mandatory for you to start wearing masks. I think that's getting ready to go back into effect in many of the counties down there, which, it kind of sucks, right? So it's like, hey, you got vaccinated and, so you wouldn't have to wear a mask. And then, we've got these spikes and, now you're back to mandatory mask wearing. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. The other thing, listening to, I think I was watching CNN today, and, now all of a sudden the government is saying, oh, well, maybe uh, the virus was something that was in a lab that, got leaked, or there was an accident in the lab, but this was something that was made, or whatever the case may be. So just so very frustrating, definitely frustrated with the CDC. It's just kind of look at it like the NFL or the NBA. You're following the head coach, or even the military, right? Right or wrong, you're going to follow, that decision of the head coach, right? You lose or you win. Pete Carroll should have ran the ball instead he threw it, it's just one of those things. And, to me, it just seems like the CDC has kind of been talking through both sides of their mouth, through the Trump administration and now through the Biden administration. And all it does is just cause more confusion. So it's like, if you're going to go one way with it, if we're going to be ultra cautious and conservative, then do that. If you're going to, let caution go to the wind and, don't wear a mask, doesn't matter what the situation is, it's all good, then do that. But, to contradict yourself, constantly. And we see what's happening every single time. It's like, okay, we open everything up and then there's a holiday or there's something that happens. There's going to be a spike, 2 weeks later, here comes the spike, right? And then it just kind of just goes up and up and up. And again, my concerns are it's summertime and, we've got these increased rates. So, and we're outside because it's hot. So what happens again when the fall comes up? So if it's up now, right, and vaccinations are slowing down. They're not increasing, um, but the infection rate is, increasing. Then what is our fall and winter going to look like? To me, that's really concerning. And at the same time, we're pretty much printing money. So, something's got to give. I saw a stat earlier that said that in Washington State, 25%, I believe, of home sales have been cash sales, right? So people are just throwing down cash and buying, which I think is going to have an impact on affordable housing. Um, and as this money dries up, right, rental assistance goes away. Now we're doing what child tax credits. A lot of money being spent right now. How you doing, Skylar?
Hey.
You want to come over here? Come on over here. This is my cousin Skylar.
Hey, Facebook.
All right, say hi to Twitter and YouTube.
Hey, Twitter and YouTube.
This is the newest Morgan State University HBCU graduate or attendee, right? Graduating what? Mechanicsburg?
Mechanicsville High.
Mechanicsville High. Got on her orange and blue. How you like driving the whip earlier?
Hey, that J was lit.
Uh-huh. She ain't playing. She got a left foot just like her mama. They drive, boy. They're not playing. They are not playing. they do the thing. But yeah, we're going to be dealing with inflation and some other issues. So I think this winter is going to be very difficult. So again, you need to cultivate your relationships now, build and work on that circle of influence and that circle of support. Start meeting new people. If you have relationships that aren't positive or do not bear fruit, it is a really good time for you to start making new relationships and start creating and building that so you can have a level of trust so what to expect from this person that you're interacting with. And of course, you're probably going to have lots of different friends, right? Some friends will give you counsel. Other friends may, be able to give you a ride. Another friend may be able to help you with their kids, so you've got kind of this community that you have built up. And so as things get tougher, because things are going to get tougher, right? Many of us were struggling before COVID, and COVID just exacerbated our situation. So, my hope for you would be that you, in this time that seems like we have this calm, to me it's like the Matrix, right? And if you remember when Neo and Trinity were in the ship and they're going up and they rise up above the clouds and they can actually see the sun, and they had never seen anything like that aside from the simulation. They're seeing the real sun, right? And everything's cool for a minute, and then the ship comes down and they go back into the dark. That's how it feels like now, right? To me, it's like, all right, it's summertime, everyone's out, they're having a good time, they've had the COVID fatigue, it's been hot, so they're out doing their thing. And again, that's all relative, because there's a lot of folks that are still very much suffering. There's still people dying, but right now it's just that calm, right? You've got baseball and the NBA playoffs and the Olympics and just kind of all these things going on, people going to the beach, having a good time. And support still, right? But now with unemployment, you have to start doing job searches. So all of you who are applying for unemployment, do keep that in mind. I'm sure you know about that, but don't forget to do that, because that's really important. But again, these programs aren't going to last forever. The money's going to run out and dry up. And if your relationship, if you happen to be a renter, is not good with the landlord, then you can find yourself